Rocket family, welcome back to my channel. So today for you guys, I have some Dollar Tree gift ideas. This is different from the video I just uploaded. That was Dollar Tree gift baskets. So buying items from Dollar Tree, putting it in a basket, and how to spruce it up. These are actual gift ideas that you can throw inside of a basket if you want it. My favorite is the first one. Let me know your favorite down in the comments below, but I absolutely love the first one because I feel like it's good for anybody, and it's so, like, there's a sentimental feel to the gift. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm really close to hitting 1 million subscribers. I upload lots of DIYs, especially Dollar Tree DIYs. With that being said, let's begin the video. We're gonna make the coolest DIY. Bear with me, you guys are gonna love this. Now what you're gonna need is any picture frame you like from Dollar Tree, and we are going to be creating something where it automatically plays a specific song using Spotify. For this, you're gonna need a Spotify code. And if you don't know what Spotify is, it's just a music app. It plays music. To get the Spotify code, we are gonna be using spotifycodes.com. And what you'll do is you'll go to Google and just search the name of the song you want. I typed in Yellow Coldplay Spotify. You'll go into the Spotify website and then click share copy song link. So then you'll have the link to your song. Paste the URL of the song that you want into Spotify codes and just click get Spotify code. You're going to get the code, and that is going to be what you need for the song that you're using. You can change the file to SVG if you use a Cricut, and you can mess around with the bar color and background color if you like. When you're done, just hit download and you'll have your code. We're going to use this code to create a picture. I just go to BEFUNKY. I use this website all the time, and I always click collage. I just find it easiest to work in the collage. So when you click collage, you're going to have all these cells that you're going to want to delete, so you just have one. And then you're going to upload your file. So I'm going to link it down below, the file that you'll need that has the Spotify play button and just like some fake minutes and stuff on it. You're going to adjust the dimension of your canvas to 2,550 width and 3,300 height. You'll drag the file that I provided in the description box below onto your canvas, and then you're going to add a picture and your code. And when you add those, all you have to do is click it, and it's going to say add as a layer, and that's what you want to do. And then all you got to do is go into the text option and type out the artist and the song. Once you're done, save your image and then print it out. Now take your image, cut it out to fit the inside of your picture frame, and then just put it inside of there. Now all your loved one has to do is get out their phone and open up their camera or the search button in Spotify and click the camera. And as they go over that code, it is automatically going to start playing the song that is on the paper. How cool is this gift idea? I don't know anybody who wouldn't love this. It's a great wedding gift. It is a great gift to give to a loved one. I ended up making another one using this 8x10 picture frame from Dollar Tree, but this time around I ended up using my Cricut instead, and I did You Got a Friend in Me. It's the same thing. You open up the app, go over the code, and it starts playing the song automatically. This is my top Dollar Tree gift idea for this year. For our next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to be using the wooden crates from Dollar Tree. Now, to cut down on costs, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I normally do on my channel. I am going to take a crate and glue it on top of another crate so that it just touches one of the edges of the lower crate. And this is going to create two different rows, and underneath the row that is higher, I'm going to glue a crate in between the two crates that are above it. So just one. Usually I do one crate directly below a crate, but this time I'm using one crate for two crates. Don't know if that makes sense, but it's a cheaper way of doing this, so I'm not using as many crates. I have 3 rows total. I have a lower level and then 2 levels that are at the same height. Now I'm going to make like a movie night type of center. So I got these popcorn tins from Dollar Tree. It's 2 for $1. I'm going to be putting 4 of those in the back. Then obviously we're going to need some popcorn. So I threw in some popcorn packets. It was 3 for $1, but you know what? My local Dollar Tree just went up to $1.25. So it'll be $1.25 at your local Dollar Tree. or you can go to the grocery store. For a movie night, you're obviously going to need some box candy. Dollar Tree is the place to go for this stuff, especially when it was $1, but even at $1.25, it's still cheaper than my local grocery store and my local Walmart. I also threw in a pack of Red Vines I got at Dollar Tree and those popcorn containers and a pack of Raisinets. Now I ended up finding these chalkboard signs from Dollar Tree recently, and I am going to just write with a chalk marker candy and popcorn. I removed the stick off of one of those signs, and if you're wondering why I'm starting with the middle letters, I do that so the words are perfectly centered. Once I have everything written down, I go ahead and glue those signs to the crates. A perfect addition to this is the clapboard that Dollar Tree's carrying right now. You can write the name of the person you're giving this to or the family you're giving this to. It's a fun gift idea. You can throw in a gift card to a Redbox or some DVDs from Dollar Tree. There's a bunch of ideas you can use for this. For our next DIY, we are going to be using this wide lens that I got from Dollar Tree and a night light. Dollar Tree carries a bunch of different ones. We're going to start off with this particular night light. If you do not have a Cricut, you want to get some paint pens. I prefer the Walmart paint pens over the stuff you get at Dollar Tree. And you can go ahead and draw whatever you want on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write out Santa's cam, and then I'm going to use a red, green, and white paint pen to create some stripes around the edge of this. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue that wide lens to the front of my night light. So this is supposed to be Santa's camera. What people do is they pair this with the elf on the shelf or a little elf plushie, and it's supposed to be the elf is supposed to be watching you during the month of December to make sure that you are well behaved, and they give it to their children. It's a fun idea. So you can get an elf from Dollar Tree, and I have this little printable, and I'll link it down below. I didn't make it. I found it for free on a website, and I'll link them down below. I printed it out, and it pairs well inside of one of these Dollar Tree containers, so you can see through the container. And what you'll do is you'll add your Santa cam, an elf, and the little letter, and it's just a fun, cute idea to give to a child during this time, or you can give it to a parent so that they can give it to the child. I really like it. If you do Elf on the Shelf and you haven't done this yet, I think this be a fun idea. It's just really inexpensive to do, and if you have a Cricut, you can always use your Cricut to cut out some vinyl that says Santa Cam. I did that on a different night light, and I did a glitter background to this night light. And this is how it pairs with the Cricut nightlight. It's just vinyl that says Santa Cam. I prefer to use my Cricut because my handwriting isn't that great. I love the Cricut. This is a great gift idea that some of you guys might have seen on my channel before, so I'll try to keep it simple and sweet. From Dollar Tree, you get the crates, paint them whatever color you like. I went with red. Then you'll glue as many as you want side by side, and it's nice if you can do 2 different rows that vary in height. I used 9 crates in total for this particular DIY. Now I'm using these chalkboard signs from Dollar Tree and using vinyl that I cut out with my Cricut that just has the name of the food that I'm sticking in each crate. So this is going to be a hot cocoa bar. Once I have the tags done, I glue them to the crate. Do not mind the thing in the back. That's from a previous DIY. Now fill your crates up with the foods that you're using. Now if you're going to gift this and you don't want the food to get stale, Dollar Tree carries these zipper seal bags, and you can use those bags to put the food inside of. And it looks nicer than just using like a sandwich bag from Ziploc. It looks a bit better. So you can go ahead and put your ingredients inside of there. I didn't do that with all of my ingredients just because I know that this won't photograph well if I have everything inside of Ziploc bags. Right now, Dollar Tree has these really cute Rudolph chocolates that I recommend for anything that you're going to be sticking inside of here because they have that Christmas vibe, and it's a licensed character. Everybody knows who Rudolph is. Like I said, I'm doing a hot chocolate bar, so I'm doing things that pair well with hot chocolate, but you can do whatever you want. You can do a bunch of different cookies inside of this. You can do a bunch of different hard candies. It's completely up to you, but this is how it turns out. Dollar Tree does carry basket bags that would work well with this if you want to cover the entire thing and add a little bow at the top. My 90s love and heart loves this next gift idea. Dollar Tree right now is carrying these things that look like caboodles. So I am going to fill this up with some 90s like items. So I got all of these at Dollar Tree. I thought they paired well. So I go ahead and I put them in my, I'm going to call it a caboodle even though it isn't. Now this is all I could find at Dollar Tree. I ended up finding butterfly clips at Target. Let me know if you wore the clips. I had them all the time in my hair, especially when I was a teenager. So I threw those in. Those were $5 at Target. And then I found some Dunkaroos at Dollar Tree. So those paired well with this little gift idea. And then I went to Five Below. Five Below is the place to go for retro candy, whether it be 80s, 90s, even 60s and 70s candy. Like Sky Bars, I got those a bunch of times for my dad because those were his favorite candies growing up. But for this particular gift idea, I went with Razzles. This is a gum that's hard on the outside and then it turns into a gum, but it's honestly like chalk. When I was younger, I loved it. I have so many questions for you guys. Crybabies. Let me know if you like Crybabies. I hate this candy. I threw it in because it reminds me of growing up and my siblings liking it, but I hated that candy. It was too sour for me. I also threw in some Airheads, Now and Laters. These remind me of going to the corner store and getting them for $0.25. I remember them being a little bit bigger and it would be for $1, but now I swear it's like $1 each. Anyways, I also threw in lip smackers. I got this at Target. This totally reminds me of being a teenager and I would wear lip gloss and then my hair would get stuck in my lip gloss. Dollar Tree does have a bunch of candies that were obviously in the 90s, like Skittles, things of that nature. They've been around forever, but these particular candies just scream 90s to me because it's what I remember eating, especially the Razzles. How fun is this 90s gift idea? I would love this if somebody gave it to me. I ended up adding a t-shirt I got at Five Below of My Little Pony because it just paired so well with this, and Five Below has so many nostalgic graphic t-shirts, even stuff from earlier 90s, like 80s, 70s. You can find something there. Dollar Tree right now is carrying these wood rounds that are great for DIY wreaths. If you cannot find these, you can go to your local craft store. You're going to have to spend more, but you'll be able to find them there. I'm going to be staining my wood with this Vase stain in Early American. It is my favorite wood stain, but you can paint yours whatever color you want if you want to use acrylic paint. I'm going to be using these wood letters from Dollar Tree and then this letter that I got from the Target Bullseye Playground for $1. What I do is I take my letters and I figure out the placement of them. Once I have that figured out, I am going to paint a portion of this, and I just get some painter's tape and paint the bottom portion white with some white paint that I got from Walmart. If you are going to paint just a section like I did, something that's just going to be like a bold striped color, I recommend using some type of tape to get that nice straight line if you are going to give this as a gift. The letters from Dollar Tree I just painted black. Now I'm just using wood glue to glue my letters down. I start with the bigger letter. I ended up having to move that later on, you'll see. And then I start to add the ones from Dollar Tree. As I said earlier, when I'm putting a word down, I start with the middle letters and I do that to make sure it's perfectly centered. If I start with the first letter and just write out the word the way it's supposed to be, lots of times I end up being off-centered. So by starting with those middle letters, I'm perfectly centered and I just work my way out. I'm going to add some greenery to the top of this. I got this greenery from Dollar Tree and I actually just used one stem of them. I go ahead and use my wire cutters to cut them down into individual stems, and then I glue those to the top of my wreath. I made a ribbon using this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. I am not good at making ribbons. I'm going to link the tutorial I used down below. It's by A Little Bit of Calm and Crazy Jennifer. I've met Jennifer in person. She is such a sweetheart and I'm so happy to call her my friend. Please check her out. I love her and her video is so easy. So that's how I ended up making the ribbon. And like I said, I'm not good at them. I find them difficult to make and I was able to make this with a zip tie. I have this ornament from Dollar Tree and I really like the greenery on the top of it. So I took that greenery off and glued that to the center of my bow. And now I have this customized wreath that I'm going to be gifting. You can make these wreaths to gift to anybody you like. I know that People love these things. In my neighborhood, I see so many of these things around on the front door. They're so easy to do. Here's another one I made with just the Dollar Tree letters, not the letter from the Bullseye Playground. I love the way that these came out, and again, it's a great idea for Christmas using Dollar Tree products. This is such an easy but sweet DIY. From Dollar Tree, pick up 4 picture frames, any ones that you like. I really like this gold one. And then you're going to put 4 pictures that you like inside of your picture frames. So I'm going to be making this for my parents, and so I put pictures of Cooper. So I printed them out on my computer, and then I just cut them to fit the inside of these picture frames. If you do not have a printer, Walgreens, I love the pictures that they print out for me. They're really inexpensive and it's really good quality. I'm going to be gluing my picture frames together, but in the center, I'm going to place this vase that I got from Dollar Tree. Now this vase, it actually perfectly wedges between the picture frames. So if you lift up the picture frames, once they're glued, it stays put. So I just use my hot glue gun to glue the picture frames. I recommend using a heavy duty glue like E6000, Gorilla Glue. I just don't use that because I need to hurry things along for video purposes. So I just use hot glue. As you can see, once it's all glued and I lift it up, the vase doesn't fall out through the bottom. If it moves around, you could put some foam on the sides to keep it in place. I just filled this up with some flowers, and it's an easy, beautiful gift to give to anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Put pictures of you and that person or somebody that they love, and they're gonna absolutely love this. Here's a simple gift idea. From Dollar Tree, pick up any glass jars that you like and then fill them up with whatever you like. I put hot chocolate inside of one of them. I actually ran out of like a container of hot chocolate, so I had to use individual packs. Don't do that. Go to the grocery store and get like a bigger container. And then I put marshmallows in another. Now I'm going to use these glue dots from Dollar Tree, and I am going to attach my jars together using the glue dots. The glue dots keep these jars together, but without actually gluing them. If you use hot glue, the jars are going to get all messed up. The glue dots keep them in place, but then you can easily remove them at the end of the day. Now I got this mug from Dollar Tree. It is a snowman, and I'm going to put some glue dots on the bottom of the snowman and place that on my top jar. So now we have like this little snowman made up of a Dollar Tree mug and jars. Now I'm going to use this black fabric paint from Dollar Tree to create some buttons going down the middle of my jars. The great thing about the fabric paint is once it dries, you can take it off of this real easy. So if you gift this to somebody, they'll be able to take it off if they don't want it to be there anymore. Now I take some red ribbon and I glue it around the lid of the top jar to create a scarf of sorts. This is a great gift for coworkers, teachers. It could go to somebody you are very close to, but I think this is a perfect gift for people that you're not necessarily that close to, because it's easy, inexpensive, and it's great for somebody that like you don't know that well. So it's like, here's something because I thought of you, don't really know what you like, but here's some hot cocoa. I'm going to be using these candy canes filled with candy. Now Dollar Tree does carry some of these, but all I've been able to find this year are ones that have fake M&Ms inside of them. So I went to Walmart and I got these. Now I'm going to glue on a box of candy that I got from Dollar Tree using my hot glue gun. Now every candy I add on top of this, I'm just using my glue dots. That way, whoever I'm gifting it to can take the candy apart easy. The only reason why I had to use hot glue initially is so that everything stays together nicely. Add as much candy as you like. Just make sure as it gets toward the top of this that the candy gets smaller in length. On the back of the candy canes, I glued this box that I got from Dollar Tree, and on top of that, I'm going to be gluing on this Santa that I got from Dollar Tree. I wanted to use glue dots at first, but this is very bottom heavy, so it just kept going to the side. I had to use hot glue. Once I had that Santa down, I took my red ribbon and I attached it to the front of the candy canes and then to the Santa Claus so that it looks like he's holding the ribbon. And that's it. Another easy idea to give to anybody that you like. And I really like it. I've done this before, but this is the first time I added a Santa Claus, and it just takes it up another level. Now this is a gift I made during Valentine's Day earlier this year, but I wanted to share it right now because I feel like this is a great gift for the Christmas season. Go to your local grocery store, Walmart, Target, and buy some fruit. I had gotten some strawberries and melting chocolate. So all I did is take a bamboo skewer from Dollar Tree, put it through my strawberry, and dip it in some melted chocolate. I ended up also adding some white chocolate that I got in this packet that I had just had a microwave and drizzle over some of the chocolate pieces. Then I had taken a cookie cutter. Dollar Tree right now has Christmas themed cookie cutters, but remember I did this during Valentine's Day, so I used a heart-shaped one. Well, you'll put it through some fruits that are easy to cut with a cookie cutter. I used pineapple. Something that would be good is cantaloupe, maybe a grapefruit, and I just placed the cantaloupe on a bamboo skewer, and I did some that had berries and pineapple. Now I got a glass vase from Dollar Tree and started to place the fruit inside of the vase. I did cut down the height of some of the bamboo skewers so that the fruit would vary in height. I realized as I was placing the fruit inside of the vase, I didn't like the way the bamboo skewers looked, so I had gotten some straws from Dollar Tree. I put the bamboo skewer through the straws and I like the way that this looked better. So if you're doing this during the Christmas season, remember Dollar Tree does carry Christmas themed straws. They have red ones, green and red ones. There's a bunch of different straws to choose from, and this looked so much better. The last thing I did was take some ribbon, created a bow that I tied around the top of the glass. And this is just an easy DIY type of edible arrangement. The strawberries are delicious. And like I said, you can switch this around to work for Christmas. Obviously, this looks more like it's meant for Valentine's Day. So that is it for these Dollar Tree gift ideas. Let me know your favorite down in the comments below. Obviously, you know my favorite is the first one. I love it so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.